What up? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. First and foremost, let's get a few things out of the way. So my most sincere apologies for not doing a stream yesterday due to iffy internet connection, due to maintenance, and had a lot of rain here, so yeah, that's a thing. Apparently it interferes with the ability to take care of internet. And also, my roommate is very close by, and he is under the weather, as the case may be. So, if you hear any sniffling and extra stuff in the background, that's him being miserable. So, any well wishes goes a long way. So, welcome back to Resident Evil Tuesday. I will cover some stuff about Nier probably a little bit later, but for now, we're just going to jump right in for more Resident Evil Tuesday, and we are beginning Resident Evil 4. The man, the myth, the legend that is Leon S. Kennedy is back. So I'm going to have to work on that. Give me just a second here. Gotta... Whoop. Alright, so I did a little recap on basically everything that happens in the events following Code Veronica leading up to this, but we're going to get an even briefer recap at the start of this, but yeah. So this is where Resident Evil changed for most players. This is where we stopped going with the fixed camera angle, totally took on a new style. So this, while this is still highly commended as a great Resident Evil game, it's still probably one of the best-selling Resident Evil games out there. This is where you could see the change in style, where it seemed, where a lot of people, the biggest complaints are, they went from a survival horror-esque style to a action style, and therefore it seemed that Capcom was trying to make it more appealing to players who did like Call of Duty and things like that. They wanted to draw people in. So, still a good game, but this is where a lot of people said they started to do their transition and their downward spiral in gaming. So, that being said, let's get into this and see how much we can get covered. Gonna try and do about a 2-hour stream and see what we can get done. Or maybe I just might do the whole chapter. So I already have stuff unlocked due to the fact that I have a cleared playthrough of this, but we're going to do a brand new game. And professional mode is something that I may eventually cover at one point, but not on this playthrough.
Resident Evil 4.
So, the one thing I will say, as you can see the special costume here, this is something that usually only becomes unlocked when you've cleared the game once. So basically, what happens, maybe I'll take a look and show you the costumes when I actually clear the game, but for now we'll do normal, since if this is your first time seeing it, want some originality. So, but yeah, I'll touch more on those later. So let's go normal. And here we go.
1998. I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the peaceful little town with a devastating blow crippling its very foundation. Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City. With the whole affair gone public, the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished. 6 years have passed since that horrendous incident.
So there's your recap. That's what happened with Umbrella.
I received special training via a secret organization working under the direct control of the president. I was to assume the responsibility of protecting the new president's family.
Why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together at some Boy Scout bonfire. Then again, maybe you did.
Oh, you crazy American. It's a direct order from the chief himself. I tell you, it's no picnic.
I'm counting on you guys. It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the president's daughter when she was abducted. That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information about a sighting of a girl that looks very similar to the president's daughter. Apparently,
Little
she's
less
being
glare.
withheld
It's just
by
not
some
white on light.
unidentified group of people. Who would have thought that my first job would have been a rescue mission?
And hello, Rain.
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden. Must be my imagination. Sorry it took so long.
Just up ahead is the village.
I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch that car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the daughter of the president. So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find some more information on my end as well.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
So, welcome to the new playstyle. So just a few settings here so I can see. Okay, so it's X to reload. Okay. The nice little bonus is that some of these birds will drop items that you can use later on if you shoot them. Yes, I'm a bird killer. Sue me. And this is money that you get to use throughout the game to buy items, upgrade weapons, so forth and so on. And you'll get jewels and stuff that you can sell for extra money. So, for me, I've been through this game enough that the only thing I usually need to refresh my memory on is controls, but I still remember everything else.
Excuse me. Sir?
Just going in without knocking.
I was wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
Freeze! I said freeze!
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding
Alright,
the
I
area.
got you, 400.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to
Snowstorm.
save the subject.
Understood.
Looks like they've killed a lot of people. No, not at all. I hope Ashley's okay. So, wonder what happened. Well, those cops are fucked.
No.
The bridge is out. Can't go back this way. No, really? Yeah, you got super secret agent training. You should be able to make that jump. So the best part is that they still threw in the typewriter for saving, but they offer you. They actually started going with like a Devil May Cry-esque save system where you get the chance to save after like every mission or chapter. So it's actually not required to use that unless you need to abruptly stop. So this is a funny little Easter egg I'm going to throw in here. This dog is not required to save. But if you do, he will actually play an important role a little bit later. So, just to help me out, and because I'm an animal lover, we're going to save the dog. Bye-bye, puppy. And for anybody who's played 14, those are a bitch. Guidepost reads Pueblo.
¡Un forastero!
I love dumb AI. Thank you for at least stopping in and saying hi. Guess there's no sex discrimination here. Cheapskate, can't even drop me anything.
¡Un forastero! ¡Avisad a los demás! ¡De que sí! ¡Agárrenlo!
Less pointing, more fighting, dude, or you're just gonna get your ass handed to you.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sending you a playing manual. Hope you find it useful.
I'll take a look at it, thanks.
Okay. Playing Manual 2. Controlling configurations changes are not reflected here. Please pay close attention to the button configurations. Press X while holding down. Reload your firearm. Approaching enemies that are either stunned or on their knees will allow Leon to perform kicks as prompted by the action button. Changing inventory screens, use L1 and R1 to switch back and forth between weapons, recovery, and key items and treasures screen. Playing Manual 1. Info on Ashley. Ashley Graham, age 20, daughter of the United States President. She was kidnapped by an unidentified group while on her way home from her university. The kidnapper's motives are still unknown, although there's reliable information that the perpetrator is an insider. Only a handful of people know about this kidnapping. It's been kept under wraps mostly due to the fact that we can't determine who the traitor is. The guys in intelligence say they have reliable information that Ashley's been sighted somewhere in Europe, but until we find out who the insider is, I don't know what to believe. It could be a ploy. We have very few leads as to the whereabouts of Ashley, but members of the Secret Service and anyone else related to Ashley are being questioned by an investigative team. Even active agents are being investigated for any information. It's just a matter of time before the kidnapper is exposed.
¡Ah, por él! Mierda.
They look like just regular old villagers.
Ah, por él.
Except for the fact that there's one of the cops. I think that's the one that was taking a piss. He's now barbecue. Look! Chicken!
Mierda.
Alright, so if this is actually done right, you can do a little bit of exploring before actually having to deal with enemies. Because unfortunately this is an area where we are actually going to have to fight. And we have to fight a certain number of enemies. I don't even remember the number. And here's the new menu screen, just for anybody who's interested. And I have a very bad tendency of becoming somewhat OCD with my arrangements.
Ah, por él. Ah, por él. Acá. Ah, por él. Ah, por él.
There's an unpleasant odor coming from the kettle. It sure doesn't smell like a refreshing drink to me. Okay, so this is about all we're gonna get to explore. What a sinister looking fellow. Before things are about to go to hell. Shelf is nailed to the wall, nothing out of the ordinary here. So, here we go. The herbs return! Mommy, no! So there's the new introduction to the herb system, which I will explain here shortly. Yes. I love the Resident Evil series. I wish I had this when I first played it blind, my first time playing, but I don't. But we will eventually get to that, because there is a Resident Evil game I have not played. And hello, Manso. Whoa!
La campana.
Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos.
Lord Sattler.
Nice. I've only got 2 platinums. There are games
Where's
that I'm still
everyone
trying to
going?
go back and play and get platinums. I just, I get so drained after 2 of them. Like, I'm missing 1 trophy on the Metal Gear Solid 2 for PS3 that came out, and I only need 1 more trophy to get the platinum.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
Leon, you need to get out of there. Look for a tower and follow the trail near it.
Got it.
Okay, so now I can actually safely finish looking around the rest of this village, because there are some things that if you actually do when being pursued by these guys, it makes your life difficult. So like, if during that entire event you go to this tower, they will light the tower on fire. And I don't know if a flaming tower... I'm still working, like... I actually looked at my playthroughs, and, like, I did about 60% of the trophies for RE0 in one sitting, mainly due to the fact that one of the main trophies I was going for was the finish the game without saving. That was fun. So, this house is another little fun one, because if you actually go into this house first... If you go into this house first, it triggers the first appearance of an enemy we do not want to deal with right now. The chainsaw asshole. Dr. I forget what his name is. Many small insects are feasting on leftovers. Various that small items in here, nothing useful. Yummy. But up here, we have a shotgun. Hand grenade. Money. Shoddy shells. Definitely the type I don't get along with. Handgun ammo. I technically, one of my, back to you for a second, Manzel, one of my platinum trophies that I actually own, which is actually kind of funny because I love tripping out my roommate and a couple other people with this, is for the PlayStation 3 release of Resident Evil 5. And it says my game clearage is only 86%, but I still had the platinum because I ended up getting it before they released the DLC for it. Okay, so here's our first kind of official file. Alert order. Recently, there has been information that a United States government agent is here investigating the village. Do not let this American agent get in contact with the prisoner. For those of you not yet informed, the prisoner is being held in an old house beyond the farm. We will transfer the prisoner to a more secure location in the valley when we are ready. The prisoner is to stay there until further notice. Meanwhile, do not let the American agent near the prisoner. We do not know how the American government found out about our village, but we are investigating. However, I feel that this intrusion at this particular time is not just a coincidence. I sense a third party other than the United States government involved here. My fellow men, stay alert. Chief Batoris Mendez. And the loading screens are obviously different. So yeah, now I'm about to attract some unwanted attention. But, if I want to get this without making it worthless, Pearl Pendant. Properly use the knife! I love these. Chickens just randomly drop eggs and you can consume them. And they drop different colored eggs. Nothing here except a stinking pool of manure. So I'm sure you may have seen the blue pendant. I will address that shortly. First, I'm going to get rid of the people that are going to cause me problems. Whoa. Is it sad that I always seem to swing for the nuts? Mild mannered dude just doing his own job. Apparently did not hear all the shooting and ass kicking outside. Okay. So now I can actually cover what I was talking about. Oh yeah, backtracking just a little bit. The yellow herb was a new thing they introduced. Jesus Christ, my inventory is such a mess. Was a new thing they introduced because you can see the health bar and everything down there. It's slightly different than what we've come to know in a Resident Evil game. So, but he has so little, and you've got that big circle to work with. So what they did to kind of help people, you know, plan and strategize is they've created these yellow herbs that when you consume, they can't be used by themselves. But when you combine them with a green or a green and red, not only will it instantly recover you to full health, but it actually increases the amount of health that you can have. So it's a kind of level up system there where you have to find ways to increase your own health. So now, finally going back to this. About blue medallions. 15 blue medallions, 7 in the farm, 8 in the cemetery. For those of you who destroy 10 or more, will be awarded. The rest is illegible. So there's 1. So there's 7 here on the farm. There's 2. I was hoping. 3. Four. 5. 6. Damn, that aim sucks. I really hate this. 7. So there's 7 of them. And now, one of the other things Resident Evil 4 introduced, which I thought was kind of cool. The beer steam. This was one of the first collectible items you could get that you can actually sell for some more money to upgrade your stuff. But it was one of the first items that you could find that offered the ability to combine certain jewels and stuff onto it to make it more valuable. Which means you had to hold on to it a lot longer if you wanted to increase the amount of money. But in some ways it was kind of worth it. So this is not the way to go, but I'm actually trying to collect as much stuff as possible, so we're checking everything. Unfortunately, the boxes and barrels and stuff are randomized, so you may get something out of them on one playthrough, and you may not. You may get something out of them one playthrough, next playthrough you won't have anything in it. It's a randomized function, and this was also the first Resident Evil that introduced adaptive difficulty, and they didn't advertise it. So the better you do, this was the first one that where it's like the better you do, the harder the game actually tries to make itself to keep it challenging. So the less I die, the less hits I take, the game will eventually start becoming harder to try and make it difficult for me and give me a challenge. And I just got my first death. I was doing the button press and I think I hit a button and it took me to the menu, so that's the reason you guys got the blue screen, and it stopped controlling. So, there are lots of ways to die in here, and there are lots of ways to die in one hit. That's one way to die in one hit. You can hear the bats. Now, one other fun little thing to do, if I can actually pull it off here, it's one of my short, I freaking love the moment, is these guys. They like to throw dynamite. But if I can actually work it out right... You can actually shoot the dynamite! Bad move, dude. No clues here. Now you can hear the banging, I'm sure. So this game really did require you to kind of be on the lookout for stuff because of, you know, shit like that. It's not required to shoot it, it just disables the trap, obviously. Ooh, hey look, spider! Bye, spider. Just for you, Mike. And when I say you really had to look for stuff, you almost wouldn't think that that is shootable. But it is. And it'll drop an item. And just to give you that little taste of that jewel thing I told you about, this is an item that you can combine with the beer steam to make it more valuable. Go to key treasures. So 3 jewels will put that at its maximum value, so we're looking for 3 particular items. And we are actually almost at the end of the first chapter. Or first stage, I should say. Remember the house they said that they were going to, what they said the prisoner was being held in? Thinking you need to get yourself some more room there, Leon. That's where the banging's coming from. You can see the door wobble.
Little rough, don't you think? You're not like them?
No. You?
Okay, I have only one very important question. You got a smoke?
Got gum.
Perfect. The big cheese.
What?
And that's the end of chapter 1. 1-1. And it's actually kind of funny because it actually keeps track of this throughout the entire game from here on out. So on the left hand side here, it tells you your overall accuracy for your shots, how many enemies you killed and how many deaths you take. And then the numbers under total, that is actually going to change over time. So you've got your per stage and then overall throughout the game. So how many enemies you totally killed, how many total deaths you took, and your overall accuracy for the game. So 83% of my shots I made with only the occasional few. So, and like I said, every time you clear a chapter, it gives you the option to save. This one doesn't dock you for save, so you could save as many times as you want. So we'll go ahead and get our first save going here. So, stream data. And then once you've made your save, it automatically jumps you into the next save.
Humans.
Next stage.
Let us give you our power. Soon, you will become unable to resist this intoxicating power.
Hey, wake up.
Ay. Crawl out of one hole and into another.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh, hey, easy, whoever you are.
Name's Leon. Came here looking for this girl. Seen her?
What, are you supposed to be a cop or something? Nah, you don't look the type.
Maybe.
Okay, let me guess. She's the president's daughter?
That's too good for a guess. Want to start explaining?
Psychic powers. Nah, just kidding with you, amigo. I overheard one of the villagers talking something about the president's daughter in the church.
And who might you be?
Me llamo Luis Serra. I used to be a cop in Madrid. But now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Why'd you quit?
Phew, policia. You put your life on the line. Nobody really appreciates you enough for it. Being a hero isn't what it's cracked up to be anymore.
Used to be a cop myself. Only for a day, though.
I thought I was bad.
Somehow I managed to get myself involved with the incident in Raccoon City. My first day in the force.
That is the incident with the viral outbreak, right? I think I might have seen a sample of the virus in a lab at the department.
That looks pleasant.
Do something, cop!
After you. Now!
It's Leon. Sorry I couldn't get in touch sooner, but I was a bit tied up.
You're okay, right?
I'm fine. There was a male civilian held captive. According to him, Ashley's in a church somewhere.
What happened to him?
He managed to escape.
Do you have a fix on the location of that church?
No, but apparently there's a secret passage in the village that leads there. I'm heading back to the village.
Okay. And this is where chapter 1-2 begins. My only question is, where'd the dude go that you just kicked his ass? Amongst many other questions, but that's the only prominent one after playing this game so many times. And anybody who's talked with me in Discord, I'm pretty sure has seen me make this or heard me make this reference at one point or another.
Over here, stranger.
Say hello to the merchant. A few bells have just gone off in your head, haven't they, Rain?
Got something that might interest you. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Don't know if you noticed, stranger, but did you see the blue medallions hanging around in the village? Come back after you've shot 10 or more of them. I've got a specialized gun I want you to try out. If he wants you to try the gun out, why even just make you shoot the medallions? So, first thing,
Selling?
I find it very inappropriate, and yet totally appropriate, that the menu is on his belt.
What are you selling?
Your mother. So, there you can sell pretty much anything you want to sell in your inventory and get some money off of it. So,
What are you buying? What are you buying? What are
okay,
you
so
selling?
let's see. Grenades are going to come in very handy. 1, 2, 3. Right here soon. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the
Is that
chicken
all?
eggs. Give me a little extra cash.
Thank you.
Get rid of the spinel. Or spinel.
Is that all?
And the pearl pendant.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Alright, okay. Okay, I can do this.
What are you buying?
Damn it. I can't do it yet. Okay.
What are you selling?
Okay.
What are
So
you
we're gonna
buying?
buy
Is that
the
all?
attachment case because that'll give me some
Thank you.
room. And then it recommends you do a little bit of a tune-up.
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Okay. Now I can actually do this just because I've made this joke. Ready?
What are you buying?
Your mother.
Not enough cash, stranger. What are you selling?
Your sister.
I'll buy it at a high price.
This is where my sick and twisted sense of humor comes from. Okay.
Thank you. What are you buying? What are you buying? Is that all?
So it does recommend we buy the rifle.
Thank you.
TMP, maybe. Yeah, but now to actually see the origins it's something special. Yes, I get very OCD when it comes to my inventory. So, that's about as clean as it's gonna look for me.
Welcome.
Okay, so...
What are you buying?
I could buy the scope for the rifle.
What are you buying? Is that all?
Capacity, give me an automatic
Is that all
reload.
straight?
Reload
Thank
speed.
you. Is that
Firing
all straight?
speed.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
Okay. And now that we have you... Alright. Now this is where it recommends that you go on the offensive and play sniper for a little bit. You did it to yourself. Ow. Bye. Bye. Have a good time. Okay, maybe I should have saved those eggs. You dick! Okay. So we're looking for the other emblem, the other half of that emblem. Which is there. Grenade time! It does kind of make me wonder, where the hell did you guys come from? And if you die, boop. The worst part is that if you die, guess what? There was my checkpoint. So yeah, gotta go through some of that all again. Yep. But I still have the eggs, so if I fuck up, I'm still gonna have those.
Got a selection. What are you selling?
Alright, so we'll sell those again. And I'm not making jokes this time around, so take that. And yeah, I'm gonna go without the rifle for now.
What are you buying? Is that all? Is that all? Is that all? Thank you. Is that all?
A little more firepower.
Is that all?
And some reload speed on the shotty. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the rifle this time around, because as you saw, I only really got one shot off. And yeah, I got something out of that chest last time, or that box, and nothing this time. Okay, so from here. Here. Reloads, playthroughs, it's meant to be a complete randomize. The only thing I really hate about the organizing is that you can't click on an empty spot and being like, okay, what do you want to put here? You have to click on the item that you're wanting to move. For me, that's like one of the down points, but it's... if you've got the patience and have OCD like I do in most cases, then yeah, you're fine. Alright, so now we're gonna go Rambo. Oh! Bye! Have a nice time! I don't even need to do anything. They sometimes will just take themselves out. Sad part is depending on farm weapon determines how close they need to get. You walked into that one, dude. Bringing the boom with the dynamite, motherfucker. Bye! The only big downside to that, honestly, is that if they fall off the edge, I lose any potential item they could have dropped. Okay. The music gets kind of like crazy intense. Like, I love this music, but it drives me nuts. Because it doesn't stop right away, like when you finish everything in here. So you're just sitting there like wondering around like, oh my god, where are they still coming from? Why won't they stop? And then the music dies out. Oh, you bastards, you trolled me. They see me trolling, they hate him. Bye-bye. Run, Billy, run! Oh, wait, wrong game. Run, Leon, run! Okay, so that's the end of that mob, finally. I hope. Okay. And then, you know, Rain, one of your jokes is end it with a thunderclap. Well, that one ended with a splat. I know, horrible pun, but you're the only one that truly appreciates them. Yeah, I keep the eggs and I actually don't need to use them. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this area. It won't open. It looks like something fits inside this hexagonal indentation. You use the hexagonal emblem. You know, the puzzles in this one aren't too difficult to figure out, honestly. Well, that's not so bad. Ooh. That clears out some inventory space. And... whoa! That was a little too close for comfort, sir. Shame on you. A pitchfork was nearly through my head. No. No, I didn't die. I hope I'm still good enough with this part. That takes care of a lot of my problem right there. Oh! Knee to the face explodes it. Hi! Your aim sucks. Mine isn't much better, but I made my shot. You got the elegant mask. Boost! Phone is going nuts over here. Shut up! You know what the best part is? Down here, we have fish. Rain, I believe I'm just curious, are you currently fishing right now? Okay. I only asked because I'm about to go fishing. It's a cheap way to fish. You're not wrong. This thing is so huge, I had to rework my inventory to get him in there. Look, hey, Sev, you like my inventory? I've got 4 fish in there and 2 chicken eggs. And I fished with a grenade. That is a pretty much instant heal. Like, I could have that circle completely filled and be at red, and that's like almost a completely full heal. That is a first aid spray fish. Brass pocket watch. Yay. I love brass. Is it made from a brass ingot? Heyo! FF14 reference. Nobody else gets it. I'm sorry. My inner nerd. It's a large crystal ball. It looks like it rotates. Which way will you turn it? There we go. Signal key. Chief's note. As instructed by Lord Sadler, I have the agent in confinement alive. Why keep him alive? I do not fully understand what the Lord's intentions are. I would, however, think he'd keep them separate, not confine them together as has been ordered. I don't expect Luis will trust a stranger, but if by chance they did cooperate, the situation could get a bit more complicated. If for some reason an unknown third party is involved, I don't think they'd let a chance like this slip by. But maybe it's all Lord Sadler's ploy, leaving us vulnerable so that this third party will surface, if they even exist, that is. It's an unlikely possibility, but if a prowler is already amongst us, then our plans could be ruined. I guess the Lord thinks it's worth the risk, if we're able to stop whatever conspiracy is at work. And at any rate, it's the Lord's call. We will trust his judgments as always. They're all textbooks written in English, but I don't have time to read them.
Nuestro jefe se cuidará de la rata. Si la plaga es mucho mejor que la peste.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
And that's the end of chapter 1-2. So, I'm going to try and do this in chapters, so if I can actually pull this off, I'm going to try and do about a 5-set series for Resident Evil 4. Mainly due to the fact that chapters 1 and 2 are broke off into 1 1 1 2 1 3, then 2 1 2 2 2 3, and then 3 4 and 5 are all -1 3 1 3 2 3 3 3 4, so forth and so on. So I'm gonna try and get through 1 3 and have chapter 1 done. So we'll see what we can pull off here in the next 30 minutes, because some of these chapters can be short, some of these can be absurdly long. Really depends on like how well you play, how hard it is, how many times you die, how often you go back, so forth and so on. So yeah, as you can see here, hit ratio overall has improved, but it's now actually keeping track of total enemies and deaths a little bit better. So I will try and get through 1 3 and knock out all of chapter 1, which is going to leave us on a cliffhanger, that much I do know. So it's going to leave us on a cliffhanger for you to sit there and wonder what happens by the time next week rolls around.
Leon, I've been able to get some new info that might help you.
Fill me in.
Apparently, there's a religious cult group involved. They're called the Los Illuminados.
Los Illuminados? That's a mouthful. Anyway, I had an unexpected run-in with the big cheese of this village.
But you're okay, right?
Yeah, but he could have killed me, but he let me live. And he mentioned something about me carrying the same blood as them. Whatever that means.
Carry the same blood. Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, there are more important things than solving riddles right now.
You're right. Hurry and find that church, Leon.
So this is one of those ones that could take up the rest of the 30 minutes here. So I can't. Herbs are so precious. Restores health partially. Restores health completely. I will discard a fish so I can pick up the herb, because those are the only things that can be mixed with the others. Now this scene is completely optional. You are not required in any way, shape, or form to do this one. But it does drop the first little hint at who the third party is. So anybody who played any of the original Resident Evils, remake or otherwise, has a very good idea who that is. Sorry! Didn't know you were in here! Hey look! They have a bathroom too! I think this is probably one of the first video games that I played that actually kind of showed off the bathroom. I want to say, you play so many games over so many years, it's hard to remember. But I thought that was cool that this was probably one of the first games I can clearly remember that they actually showed off a bathroom. Looks like the people in this house eat like normal humans. Okay. Yes. I lost an egg. Oh well. Money. Looks like the people here carry out their lives like ordinary people. They even read books. It's a painting of a lake. Maybe it's around here somewhere? Hey look! A brown egg! Tell you what, I will swap that for the white egg. Because the brown egg actually recovers a little bit more. No, the part I am not looking forward to. Because I do not have a rifle. Yeah, that is an instant. Yeah, chainsaw is an instant one-hit kill. So yeah, chainsaw dangerous, bad. Stay down, sister. Oh yeah, there's the map.
¡Un forastero!
Save some ammo and cleared out some space. Nice. Okay, so this will take us back to a semi-familiar area. Where unfortunately we had to deal with assholes again. But... back off. They're not really for anything other than healing. they didn't actually have like an achievement or a trophy or a purpose in this one. They did have one in Resident Evil 5 though, where you got one for collecting one of every type of egg, which there were 4 eggs to find. So I'm not going to waste ammo. Actually, I did want to waste ammo, because this is where I needed to go back to. My bad. I got so distracted in answering the question, damn it. Burn, bitch! We really don't have to keep doing this, guys. Just leave me alone, I'll be on my way. Something caught my eye. Okay. You used the insignia key. So now we can go into this room where we saw everybody go when the bell was being rung. And there is the first save room music. In this room we are safe. Yay, save room music! Oh, save room music, bye bye! Elegant headdress. Spinel, a spinel, and another spinel.
Got something that might interest you. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
So, stranger, any luck with the blue medallions? Remember, shoot 10 or more to get your specialized gun.
What are you selling?
Okay, so because I do know what's coming, I'm gonna hang on to those herbs.
Is that all? Ah. 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 Thank you. What are you buying? Is that...
We are going to be needing these soon. I'll work this out.
Welcome. What are you selling? Is that old strength? Is that old strength? Is that old?
And we'll get rid of the fish.
What are you buying?
If anything, it's just extra stuff. I got enough healing items to last for a little while. Okay, so we definitely want the rifle.
Thank you. Is that
I'm also
old?
gonna grab the TMP. Because that is gonna come in handy later.
Thank you. Is that old?
We won't need the scope too much. Actually, no, that... No, fuck it.
Thank you. Is that old?
We're gonna do this weird.
Thank you. What are you buying? Is that old? Thank you. Is that
Capacity.
old? Thank you. Is that old?
Firepower.
Is that old?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Is that old? Thank you. Is that old? Thank you. Is that old? Thank you.
Alright.
Come back.
Combine. And then combine. Got very little space to work with, but I hopefully...
Anytime.
I'm gonna be getting some stuff here soon. I want those now so I can start hopefully collecting ammo for them, because they're gonna come in handy in a couple of boss fights before I get true on improvements. And I am actually gonna need that grenade, so... Welcome to the graveyard and or the church. Face down. Ass up. And yes, that did just happen. That body did continue to walk for a few steps. Okay, so we should have... This is... Okay, so... We can kind of see them. These symbols are going to come into play here very, very shortly, so... That symbol... I have, by the way... 8. That symbol... 9. And these symbols. There's the minimum 10. Sucks to be you.
¡Agárrenlo!
Bye-bye. So again, we are not required to get all 15, but I know some people would sit there and be like, well, why didn't you go after them all? It won't budge, it's got to be locked from the other side. It won't open, there's a round hole, maybe something fits here.
Hunnigan, it's Leon. The door's locked, I can't get in.
Didn't they teach you how to pick locks at the academy?
Yeah. There's some sort of indentation, like something might fit inside.
Well, there's no use standing around. Leon, you have to find some way or something to get inside.
¡Ahí está!
I love the dynamite dudes. There's 12. Now here's the puzzle I was telling you about that those symbols are going to be called to. 3 family insignias of the dead ringers. It looks like the dial only turns clockwise in either 3 or 4 increments. So the goal for this puzzle is the little Z looking thing, the M looking thing, and the V looking thing. ZVM. We only want to get those lit, but it moves in increments of 3 or 4, and when it stops, it lights one up. So and that gets us the green cat's eye, which treasure-wise, we can combine that, is another one we can combine with the Beerstein. Okay, so there's 3 medallions left. Get all the ones out of here. Yeah, okay.
¡Ahí está!
There's all 15. Snake in a box. Closure of the church. Regarding the two fugitives, the apprehension of Luis is our top priority. The American agent is a distant second. What Luis stole from us is far more important than the girl. Unless we get it back, the girl will become useless to us. We must get it back to execute our plan to the end. If it gets in the wrong hands, the world would become a totally different place than what Lord Sadler has envisioned. At all costs, we mustn't let that happen. Nevertheless, we're not letting go of the girl. To ensure that the agent does not get to her, I have locked the church door where the girl is being held. Anyone who needs access to the church must first get approval by Lord Sadler. There is a key beyond the lake, but it should be safe now that Del Lago has been awakened by our Lord. No one will get across the lake alive. Plus, our same blood courses through the agent's veins. It'll be just a matter of time before he joins us. Once he does, there'll be nobody else left that'll come looking for the girl. ¡Agárralo!
Lord Sadler.
So this is gonna be kind of cheap, but I freaking love doing this. This is the best way to get it without with minimal ammo wasted. And this is why I wanted the hand grenade. I'm in the money. Okay, so what else we got here? Spinel. That sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Thankfully, we're not gonna have to find out what that is. Now. But we will very, very soon. Very, very soon. So I can raid these. The good thing is I can raid these little hut shacks things now. And then I can also raid them again later, but sad part is I can't get any of them, so they're just dead fish, but I don't have a fishing rod, sue me, okay?
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
Well done, stranger. I see you've shot enough number of medallions. Like I promised, go claim your specialized gun on the buy screen. Don't worry about money. This one's on the house. But we gotta make room for it.
What
so,
are you selling?
this will be the best handgun we get for a little while. So I'm going to go ahead and set...
I'll buy it at a high price.
Now the only reason that it's getting extra is because of the work that I've already done on it. So it could be worth a lot less. But so...
Thank you. What are you buying?
The Punisher. This 9mm handgun will blast a hole through 2 enemies.
Thank you. What are you buying? Is that all? Is that all? Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying?
Rocket launchers. Do major damage to any target, but single fire. It's the only downside. Okay, so we are at 2 hours. Like I said, we're roughly halfway through the stage, so maybe a little bit more. So we are going to try and push this to get to the end of the stage, and then we'll wrap it up, because like I said, I'm going to leave it on the cliffhanger. And plus, I really don't like leaving in the middle of a stage. I really don't. It's like, for me, that's like DCing in the middle of a dungeon on FF. They really like that one. They really like fucking throwing boulders at me. Yeah. Too easy. That's a very nice thing to see. Just heads explode, headshot, head explode, headshot, head explode, headshot, head explode. Okay, so we're gonna start doing this shit. Okay, fine. I can play that game too, motherfuckers. And now, this is what we call crowd control. I love the headshots in this game, I really do. As if you couldn't tell.
¡Un forastero!
Thanks for coming. Okay. At least thankfully if I die here, it won't send me back very far. No, I didn't need to do that, but it does open up a little space and increase my health. Remember the other cop way at the beginning?
Shit. Vámonos. Okay, ándale.
That was Del Lago. Gold bangle with pearls. There's what I wanted. So we got another yellow. Okay. So now, if you're ever playing Resident Evil 4 and you're playing the PS3 copy, PS4 copy, Xbox 360, Xbox One, I don't know if they had one for Wii U and Wii or whatever, but there was a nice little trophy in here called Don't Shoot the Water. But the description was summon the monster of the lake. The only way to summon it is to shoot the water. So I can honestly say, had I not found out about this by accident one day because I was like shooting fish, I would have never known about it. I'm not going to show it just because I'm already like 12 minutes over my 2 hour and it would send me back to the last door I went through, changing area, so I'd have to do the collection and everything over again. I just don't really feel like doing that. Maybe I'll show it at another time, but for now I'm just going to get it through here. Of course, right? But this was probably one of the most unique fights that you got in Resident Evil 4. Because on this one, you couldn't use your guns. You had to harpoon it like you're fucking shooting down Moby Dick. And of course, he's gonna like try and drag you through all this debris. Like that. And if he catches you in the water, you're dead. Harpoon in the ass! This was the only mechanic right here that didn't make sense. He's attached to an anchor attached to your boat. How would you not know where he is? Oh, we're gonna make the rope disappear. How the hell does that work? Begone, Satan! Hello, Shamu. And that is the end of Chapter 1. So, not too bad. I've killed 130 enemies and 83% accuracy. So, this officially ends Chapter 1. We're going to start Chapter 2-1. That's the cliffhanger I'm going to leave you on. So, yeah, welcome back to the world of survival horror with a twist. And the man, Leon Kennedy, not looking so hot. So, we will save. And I'm going to try not to... Gotta be very careful, because usually it... Hopefully it'll just stay there. Otherwise I'm going to have to, like, do something really freaking crazy, and I don't want to, like, do that to you guys. So, anyway. So, yeah, this is going to do it for Resident Evil Tuesday. We got our first introduction to Resident Evil 4. Got a little bit of a playing field understanding for what Leon's doing there. So forth and so on. One-man wrecking crew. We got to see a few funny moments and a couple of, like, what the fuck things. So, the whole... I know one thing that we're trying to go for with this particular Resident Evil was... After doing so many so many games with zombies and variations of, like, hunters and lickers and stuff like that, I know they said they were feeling like maybe it wasn't going to be as scary. So, that's when they decided to put a little twist on it and bring in what they call fear with the human element. These aren't mindless zombies. These are creatures that can actually, I mean, they're not, you know, just straight out human, you know, they're not just like murderers and all that stuff. There's something to do with, which we'll get explained later, but they have conscious thought processing capability. So it's one thing to deal with enemies that their basic goal is to just feed on you and like chomp and everything. You have people that can actually use weapons, set traps, push boulders at you. That adds a new level of fear. And with the whole you can die in one hit scenario and some of these things, the quick time events, Chainsaw Dude, which is not a quick saw event, he just gets too close, he takes your head off, no questions asked. Maybe I'll show one of those one day just to show how gruesome that is, because they left some of the gore in on that one. It's really kind of funny because I remember one of them, I remember seeing Leon's head get chopped clean right off and kind of watch the head bobble near the body a little bit. So it was actually kind of funny. But, yeah, so this was the new angle they wanted to try and do. Creatures, I'm going to still leave it at creatures. They look human-esque, but there's something about them I don't want to spoil. But creatures that can actually process a thought. They can actually think of the best way to attack you or to slow you down, cause you pain, cause you harm. That's a new fear in itself. So, I'm going to wrap it up to here. Thank you guys. I know I got up to 6 viewers now, today, so thank you for everyone who tuned in. I will, let me see here, I want to just give a quick thank you. Let's scroll back through the chat here. Manzel234, if you're still here, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for chit-chatting with me this. If you want to talk about Resident Evil or maybe do some co-op stuff, all for it. I love Resident Evil. I have Resident Evil 5, 6, and Revelations 2. Thank you for tuning in and just kind of chilling with us. And there was one other person I wanted to give a shout out to. Thank you so much for tuning in and making this fun for me. 400 Degrees. I will definitely hit you with a follow 400 Degrees if you're still here. I will do that. Thank you to my mom who tuned in for this, and just everybody in general. I really appreciate all the support and love and just anything I can do. I haven't heard anything yet, but I may have an announcement in regards to the schedule of the stream. There may be a slight adjustment coming up here soon. I haven't heard anything officially yet, so I'm not gonna go into a detailed message until I can for sure guarantee this. But just keep an eye on the Facebook page at Strife Eclipse Gaming, and I will post updates there as soon as I find out something, because I'm also gonna need anybody who follows to maybe throw some suggestions. So this video will be up on YouTube a little bit later today. Strife Eclipse Gaming. If you wanted to maybe see what I'm about, or because I kind of suck with making sure I edit videos on Twitch, I do upload all of my broadcasts to YouTube. So if you missed something that you wanted to check me out, I've got full playthroughs of Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, the Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil Code Veronica. I'm working near Automata, and I've got a full playthrough of Devil May Cry 5. We're going to be adding Resident Evil 4 here soon. So, if you missed a broadcast, maybe want to kind of go back and watch and check out and see some of the things I did there or whatever, feel free. Give me a like and subscribe on YouTube and hit that thumbs up, and I'll give you a shout out. Which, I also want to give a big shout out to a new YouTube subscriber, Skylar. I'm not going to mention last name, but thank you for the love and the support, man. Anyway, guys, I don't want to rant on too much longer. Again, thank you all so very, very much for helping me out and sticking around and talking with me. So I love you guys. So stay safe, have fun, have an amazing day, and if you're gaming somewhere, and I know you are, remember to game hard or go home. And I'll see you guys next Monday or a little bit later in the week. I may be doing something for Nier a little later in the week to make up for Monday. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for that. But until next time, for sure, next Monday, Nier Automata continues, and I'll see you guys next week.